All right, guys, so I probably get this almost, I gotta say, once a day, this question. And, oh, that fucking hurt. But before I start this video, I wanna ask a question for you guys. If you watched my Instagram story, you'll see it. Make sure you're following me at Eddie's Life. But it is a question, the CV question for my desert guys out there. I figure, you know, I'm gonna explain it pretty much on YouTube because there's a little more people watching the channel. So, and I've got a lot of feedback. It's all different feedback on why these sand cars do not have any limiter straps. This one doesn't have it in the rear. It does not have it in the front either. This car, now it's a little bigger car and a lot bigger and a lot higher end car and probably weighs a lot more. So why, you know, doesn't this have limiter straps? Why doesn't, you know, the rear have limiter straps either on this thing? I have checked in here, and you know, if you guys saying, oh, maybe it's in there, it's not in there. I've checked that already. There are no limiter straps on this car. It has some beautiful, I must say, beautiful metallic in there. But that is a question for you guys, and I'm just wondering. I know some of you guys have told me, well, you know, it'll save the CV depending on the degree of the CV. I have jacked up both of these cars, and there is plenty of play. Go ahead, you can comment. But there's plenty of play in the CVs when I move it back and forth. So, I don't know. They say it's for the shock, so the shock doesn't smack and you don't smack the bottom. There are some cars in our group that have been running no limiter straps for over 10 years, and they've never had any issues with shocks or CVs or anything like that. But that's not what this video is about. This video, and like I was saying, I probably almost get this maybe 2-3 times a week, this DM about the rammer right there. There is, why is your hood always cracked? And I think I did a video explaining this. Why it's been a while, but I don't remember. But there's a simple reason, guys, and solution why I leave my hood cracked on my Ram. And it's specifically only on the Ram. And well, let me go and show you. Right here, specifically for this wire. Now you may ask, what the hell is there a wire there for? Because there's a battery tender on the truck. You can see right there. Then your question is, why do you have a battery tender on the truck? Well, guys, because if you know, or some of you know, I drive that 2009 every day. This thing I mainly only use for towing, long road trips. You know, I mean, it's like right now, it's only, I think, 9 or 10 o'clock. And I had to turn I leave the AC on in the garage, but it's already 90 degrees outside. And it was 77 in this garage. So we had to turn those mini splits down low because it's getting warm. So to me, there's no point of driving this truck outside, you know, in the summer when I don't need a truck daily and letting it sit and just bake outside in the sun for no reason. When I have the 09 that's out there that I can use that. But if we're going somewhere long, you know, like that 09 doesn't dry, believe it or not, that 2009 2500, this 3500 right here, the ride on it is completely, I mean, I'm talking 10 times better than that 2500. Of course, 2500 is stock. This 3500's got lift, got nice suspensions, got a Carly kit on it, 3 1/4. So that's why 37s, you know, the other one's got stock tires. So this 3500 drives so smooth. I would drive this thing every single day. But the reason I don't is because I worry about the diesel world. As you guys know, like, it's getting harder and harder. And I feel like the newer these trucks get, the like worse they get. Not worse, but I feel like they're adding more of this, or like more sensors where, oh, you can't do that on the old one. For an example, I've been trying to re-gear this truck. This truck is 3 years old. It's a 19. I bought it August 8th. I bought this thing August 8th, 2019. So it's pretty much 3 years and 1 month old right now. And I have been trying to re-gear this truck so bad because I put 37s on it. And still, till this day, 3 years later, nobody offers gears yet for the 3500. They offer them for the 2500, but I guess 19 and up on the 3500s, they went with a bigger ring and pinion gear, which nobody has. And I always run Yukon gear and axle. I did it in my Duramax. We put them in everything. I've had really, really good luck with them. So to me, I kind of want to wait until they have some I'm hoping. So what I want to do is put 430s in this thing. If I put 430s in this thing, this will take me back down to a 389. This truck stock has 373s. And you know, it was amazing towing, and it still tows amazing right now till this day. But now with these 37s, having it being a 373, it dropped it down. So I want to, and I don't want to put 456s because that's going to put me at a 410, and I drove one of these with a 410. It feels like you're driving just like red line the whole time. So I think a 430 bringing me to a 383 will be awesome. Works for me. Now, battery tenders, because guys, this thing will die. I mean, it's been sitting for probably a month, and in the summertime I really only use it. We go to like campground that's around here, like campgrounds with the family in the trailer. We go to the races, you know, that's about it. Mainly this summer, or in the summertime, this truck sits. Come wintertime, this truck gets used, so it stays on a battery tender. And everything, every vehicle I have in this place stays on a battery tender. I have, I think I counted like 13 or 14 battery tenders. I mean, the buggy has a battery tender on it. This car has a battery tender on it. The other sand car that's in the other garage has a battery tender on it. My Can-Am, you know, the forklift, the scissor lift, my son's quads, my son's little Razor, everything, guys. And I have purchased always battery tender. This is the brand is literally battery tender. Speaking of that, I took this off because I did a video. I got to put the tender back on this one, guys. But this is the brand right here, battery tender. And I'll put the link down in the description for you guys. But they're not too bad. I want to say, I think 60 or 80 bucks a piece for a battery tender. I usually go with the 1.25 or the 3 amp. You can go with a 5 amp. It's no big deal. But I prefer the lower amperage one, just because I'm not charging it, I am tending it. So don't think like some of you guys, and I've seen this, some of you guys say, hey Eddie, my battery's been dead, my tender's been on there for a week, it's still dead. A battery tender, guys, is not a charger, keyboard battery tender. It's just there to keep it full, to tend it. So like when I check voltage on like this car to see what the battery tender's at, it's only like 12.9, 13, 13.1, 13, 30. So it's just keeping it at that peak, you know, that full mark. It is not, if you got a dead battery, it's not gonna sit and charge it, especially if you got a 1.25 or a 3 amp charger. It's gonna take a long time. And probably not gonna get, you know, you're not gonna be able to jump the car anytime soon. So they are not chargers. I wanna make that clear. Now, they do have some chargers. I have some over here where they are, see that big blue one right there, even that black box right there. Those can go up to 80 amps. It's got like a 30 amp option, and it has a battery tender option on it also. So you can, once your battery is full, put it on the tend option, where now it's going to sit there and just tend the battery, keep it full. And I will say, some people I've heard are against it, but you know what? That Viper has had a battery tender on it its whole life. And the batteries, literally, every time we replace the battery in that Viper, I replaced the last one, and I think the battery was like 10 years old. So they work, guys. My Can-Am is an 18. It has never needed a battery replacement, and the battery has never died. And I understand, you know, I mean, you're saying, well, that's only, you know, 4 years old. Well, these days, guys, you're only gonna get about 3 to 5 years out of a battery. So if you're lucky, I mean, and you should see, I've seen people, they bring in batteries at the Napa store, they're 2 years old, you know, 3 years old, 2 years old, 4 years old. So they're not, these batteries aren't lasting as long as you think. But with a battery tender, I mean, never had any issues. You know, this, and I'll let you know, this car I have actually notated. So this battery was installed right here, 6/16/21. There's two 6-volt Optimos in here. Now, I wrote it down so I know, and I'll see how long. I should expect not to change these. I give this thing 10 plus years. You know, some of you guys probably think there's no way in hell, but I mean, you'll see. This battery, mark this video, this battery will last me a very, very long time because I keep everything on a tender. Some of you guys that are against it, you don't have to run it, but I believe in tenders. I've been doing it. since I was a kid, my dad's been telling me, you know, put your bike on, put your quad, you know, put your stuff on a tender. The only thing I don't put on a tender is my dirt bike, you know, because you got to kick the damn thing. But other than that, I put everything on a battery tender. We'll go in this garage, and I will show you, turn the light on, and I'll show you over here. Even, oh, by the way, this sand car also is on a battery tender. This one's all taken apart because we're waiting for the, I'm blanking out over here, the body, because it's getting all repainted, custom painted. But the Viper, this one has a battery tender, just a Napa one that I've got. Sits right here. Oh, and that's it. This is a little 3 amp. And it's, you know, sits here, just plugs right in, just like that. I just plug it in, it stays, it's just hooked onto that part. Then when I go drive, unplug it, tuck it in. But it has been like this, you know, for a very, very long time. I've never had any issues. To me, battery tenders are awesome. I love battery tenders because, well, it saves the time of you sitting there jumping it. And I have physically, you know, proof that when we go to the desert and I'm with, you know, my cousins that have their Can-Ams or Razors or whatever you want to call them, sand cars, stuff like that. They're always out there, you know, oh, do you have a jumper, Eddie? Do you got a jumper? I'm like, what do you mean you have a jumper? We're out in the desert and their car is dead. And they just leave their car in the trailer, enclosed trailer the entire time, all summer. So when the battery sits like that, of course, it's gonna die. Well, put a tender on it, guys. It'll help. Any of my sand car guys out there know anything about this motec system? So this motec system in this car, I want to change some stuff. It's got like throttle position, which I'm really not interested in throttle position. I would like to see boost, you know. I would like to change the display, see what options I have. So if there's anybody out there that knows the motec system, please DM me on my Instagram at Eddie's Life, because I don't even know where to start. I've looked online and they're even in Australia. They're not even in the US. So it's very difficult to try to get any support from that company. So it'd be much appreciated. There you have it, guys. That's why the hood stays cracked on this thing, just for the wire on the battery tender to get that out of the way. Because like I said, the DMs are going crazy coming in, and you guys keep asking me, why don't you close the damn hood? Oh, also another thing. You guys asked me, why don't you put the damn truck in park so it doesn't roll? Why is there a wheel chuck there? Guys, my garage driveway goes down. So if it was a neutral, it would roll out the garage. This is just a stopper because I don't want to hang a ball or something down here. So when I pull in, then once I tap that chalk, I put it in neutral and I come off just a little bit, and that tells me I have enough room. It's clear. I can put the tailgate down. If I need to grab anything out of here, it's not going to smack into the garage. For, you know, whatever I need, there's still room in here that I can use. You know, I like to use it as a workbench sometimes for tools or something. So that's what that is for. Please stop telling me to put my truck in park. The truck is in park, guys. There you go. Park. Oh, well, it doesn't show you, but it's in park. So stop telling me to put it in park. It's in park, I promise. There's no purpose. I don't know why I would leave this truck in neutral. No reason for that. But that's all I have for you guys. Let me know if you know about this motec. Please, I'm trying to get some info, and nobody knows anything about this motec system. So if there's anybody out there, DM me at Eddie's Life on Instagram. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to click subscribe. Peace.
Yeah.